So this is a little magazine display rack my dad found it at a yard sale, probably $1, and I use it to hold some of my vintage comics and magazines and books from the era. There's another sector on top with the spider hand puppet, and like Indiana Jones storybook, Return of the Jedi, Turtles, sticker album, the Nintendo Power Ninja Turtle, Dick Tracy movie storybook, some more old Nintendo Power, Street Fighter, Mario Paint. The movie sticker album that I had, that was actually mine as a kid. More Ninja Turtle storybooks, storybook based on the movie. That's a British version, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles coloring book. The Mad Star Wars edition, some more Star Wars comics, Ninja Turtle Mad. Which one is this one? Horror sci-fi. And here is my relatively modest Thundercats collection.
Thundercats, Mumra and Lionel with light-up eyes. Thundercats. Each sold separately, new from LJN.
Mumra, and Lino, and Chitara, Tigra, and all these guys in the back, Rotaro, Walrus Man, Monkeyan, Vulture Man, Slythe. This was a cool line from LJN. I don't really have any of the rare figures, but like I said, it's a nice, modest collection. And here is my shelf of Rock Lords.
Rock Lord, powerful living rock. Each sold separately, new from Tonka.
You will find that I kind of have a soft spot for the lesser known, less common action figure lines. Of course, Transformers are awesome, but there's something about a transforming rock, right? I guess they thought appealed to kids. Regardless, I had Tombstone, the green one there with the yellow eyes, as a kid, and it kind of sparked my Rock Lord collection later on. I don't have them all, but I do have a couple of the rarer ones. This one here, the Snarly Gnarly,
gruesome rock gnarlies plus
is pretty hard to come by. I found him at a yard sale for like $2. I couldn't believe it when I found him. And there's the Rockosaurs, Granite. There's Rock Roller. A couple of the Jewel Lords back there. Above the Rock Lords, I have some of my G1 Transformers. Again, I don't collect the entire line, but I do collect ones that I like. And, I mean, come on. Who didn't love the Dinobots? So I do have a set of Dinobots, other than the Pterodactyl. I have him, but he's broken, so I don't have him out. And then Bumblebee, of course. A couple of the Constructicons that form Devastator. There's a complete Starscream, wickedly awesome figure and character in Transformers history. And a complete Soundwave. Again, who didn't like Soundwave?
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in the sky.
There's Blaster back there, the other boombox. And a Optimus Prime, Rodimus Prime, broken Jetfire. And above the G1 Transformers, I have my vintage Ghostbusters collection. I have all 4 of the original Ghostbusters with their proton packs. Some have their ghosts, some don't. I have Sludge Bucket there. You would pour the ectoplasm into his mouth. And squeeze his tail, which is soft, and it would make the ectoplasm bubble out of his mouth. I had him as a kid, so that's why I have him now. Granny Gross, Bug-Eyed Ghost, Mummy, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I have the Fright feature line with Janine. They're the ones actually driving the Ecto-1.
Let's turn these ghosts into totes. Neutralize them!
Ghostbusters, each sold separately. From Kenner.
We ain't afraid of no ghosts. Yuck!
Ray and Egon in there from the Fright feature line. There's Winston on the top. That orange ghost came with the Ecto-1 vehicle. There's the green ghost, as he is known. We know him as Slimer, but on the card he was known as the Green Ghost. And I always thought X-Cop was a cool figure too. In the top shelf of this display rack above the Ghostbusters here, it's kind of a hodgepodge of various action figures. You can see some food fighters there. I thought they were a neat line in the late 80s.
Toy Slam is food again, Mom.
Food fighters, figures in combat carton, each sold separately. Toys do not walk and talk.
And Battle Beasts. And Alf. I mentioned earlier that the socket poppers, those are the 2 socket poppers that I had as a kid. And some G.I. Joe figures. These are the ones I played with as a kid. Batman, Mr. T from the A-Team. There's Buzzsaw from Silverhawks.
Buzzsaw's busting out. Shredder too. Stargazer seen us.
Figures with Weapon Bird sold separately.
Slybird, surgery boy.
Buzzsaw with Shredditor, Quicksilver with Tallyhawk. Other figures with Weapon Bird sold separately. Silverhawks, new from Kenner.
And back there, you have some more Supernaturals. That is Tex Hex from Brave Star in the corner there. That's kind of a knockoff RoboCop figure. I just kind of liked him, so I threw him in there. There's the Crash Test Dummies.
Don't you be a dummy. Buckle your safety belt and leave the crashing to us.
The incredible Crash Dummies. Crash and Bash Chair and other stuff sold separately.
There is Marshall Bravestar from Bravestar. And there's a vintage Stripe figure from Gremlins. I believe he's a Bendy. Roger Rabbit, who's also a Bendy. Dick Tracy. There's Tongo from Black Star. And the highlight and showpiece of this shelf is this awesome Wonder Bread mail-away He-Man figure. He is legit, he is authentic, he is not a knockoff or a reproduction. That is the real deal. I plan on doing a episode solely on Wonder Bread He-Man. I know a lot of us vintage toy collectors also get into the retro video games. So I do have my NES, a couple control pads, the Zapper, some games.
The Nintendo Action Set includes Control Deck, controllers, light gun, and double game pack, $138.84, monitor not included.
My regular tube TV, yes, it's a flat screen, but it is a tube, with the vintage Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo Entertainment System with a VCR, of course. Gotta have a VCR. And here's some more of my Nintendo games that I have. Turtles, all the Marios, Tetris, Mega Man 2. Some pretty decent ones in here. And some Super Nintendo games and control pads with instruction books. And some Sega Genesis games. Something I loved about the 80s toy lines was that nearly all of them had the action figure collector cases. So I do pick those up when I find them. Here's the GoBots case. It's pretty unique because it's almost like a lunchbox, and it's a hard shell plastic case. I really like that one, and it's in good shape. Of course, lunchboxes were a must, as any 80s kid would tell you. You had to have a cool lunchbox if you were anybody back in the 80s. And then these are more of the collector cases. Here's the giant deluxe Ninja Turtle one. The big Thundercats collector case. Masters of the Universe. Dick Tracy. My figures are actually still in here. Let's look at them. There they are. This was mine back in the day. G.I. Joe collector case. Great artwork on that one. And then Transformers. Again, excellent artwork. I have the wisecracking talking Alf plush, who still works. I just don't have batteries in him right now.
Alf, alien life form, new from Coleco.
There's a couple of the high C ecto coolers still sealed when they re-released those a few years ago for the Ghostbusters reboot movie that I have not watched. And here are some of my wax pack boxes. I have the Ninja Turtle movie. I can actually open it. Still has all the cards inside. And Batman. Dick Tracy. G.I. Joe. And yes, even the New Kids on the Block. That Legion of Power set that I found.
Legions of Power. 10 realistic high-tech building sets that make a universe of battle machines.
The Crash Test Dummies Crash Car. That's open, but has the box. And then, remember the Trolls? The Stone Protectors Anti-Aircraft Barbecue. So that was a tour of my collector cave in my basement. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, focused on the toy lines that I don't primarily collect, but I'll pick up when I find them at a good price or a good deal. This was the first episode of my collection episodes, and I hope to have 3 more that focus on professional wrestling, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Star Wars. So, thank you for watching, and keep on hunting.